Hey guys, before every episode, we like to give a shout out to our sponsors that help pay the bills and keep the lights on around these parts. This week's sponsors are Live Nation Colorado and Fillmore Denver. They're true and tested. They're regulars for us and we love them. We think y'all will too. So y'all need to be following these cats on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of the above. That's at Fillmore Den, D-E-N, and at Live Nation CO. They'll give you up to date on when shows are announced, ticket giveaways, swag bags. They do all sorts of fun things in the community. So by following along, you'll be in the know for all of these exciting adventures. And then also, don't forget, if you don't mind, would y'all subscribe, rate, and review this podcast? Whatever medium you're listening on, we would genuinely appreciate it. It helps us climb the rankings. It helps us with sponsorship dollars. It helps us get paid so we can go do more goofy shit around the state and around the country. So we genuinely appreciate that as well. But we're very thankful for our friends over at Live Nation and Fillmore. Without further ado, Zane, hit that music. Let's get this party started. Chef Jesus Silva from Broadway Market.
The suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians, and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
It's one of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
Proud of you right there, Zane. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Stoned Appetit. We apologize about the Wednesday drop, but that's because we have a great episode for Tuesday. We are coming to you. Oh, by the way, hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you? You forgot about me?
I'm fired up to be here. We are coming to y'all from Broadway Market. For those that don't know, we've done an episode or two here with just guests, but today we're actually getting to showcase one of the genius chefs that is taking place and taking the reins over at Broadway Market, and that's Chef Jesus Silva. I was going to throw in the big tuna, but we'll get into that later. But Chef Jesus, I appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me, and I'm very excited to be here.
You say that now, but usually people are like, get me the fuck out of here in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. You'll be like, let me get back to work, guys. I got shit to do.
But, so Chef, you've joined us from... You've been at the Stanley. You've been around in the town. You're a very prominent chef, not only for the sushi scene, but now you've kind of expanded your reach. So we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
But I want to talk a real quick story about the first time we met. You brought this big motherfucking bluefin tuna. And do you remember that, Chris?
Yeah, it was huge.
And you cut this 500-pound fish up right here in the middle of the table in the middle of Broadway Market.
It's kind of funny because that was a very small tuna. That was only 350 pounds, and before I've been cutting things like around 600 or 700 pounds, so that one was small, and that was funny because everybody was too excited to see this big tuna. I was like, well, actually, it's pretty small, but it's
so
good.
you're like, this is kind of not that big. Wait till y'all see an actual big
but be honest, that was such a beautiful, beautiful piece of fish. I mean, the total come out of that tuna was beautiful. The bluefin, the akami was ridiculous, and I guess everybody enjoyed that experience.
Yeah.
So that's when you were doing that, you were literally just scraping out all the fat, like the tuna, the fattiness, and you were just handing it to us. And I was like, man, this guy is fucking gnarly. And that was to kick off, I guess, the Broadway Market.
Yep.
But we like to start every episode. We want to get to know. Even before that, we're going to stretch this back a little bit. So before we dive into that, I want to give a quick sponsors to our friends over at Live Nation Colorado and Fillmore Denver. Without them, none of this would be possible. So go check out the concert series. We have Rex Orange County is coming up this weekend. For those that are listening, it's a sold-out show, but the secondary market is available on livenation.com. So head over to www.livenation.com. All right, Chris, you like to start this party every week. It gets the conversation flowing, so let's get this, hit the road.
All right, and I'm not going to do Jesusio. We'll just stick with Jesus. Is that cool?
Cool. Whatever,
all right,
whatever you
solid. So, Jesus, are you a transplant or a native to Colorado?
Oh, no, I'm a transplant. I'm from Monterrey, from Mexico. I get here in Colorado when I was 26 years old.
26.
And it was interesting times, but it's been some time since I moved here.
What brought you here?
So my older brother, Carlos Silva, he was a chef for wine company.
Okay.
And that time he has an accident, so we have to come and take care of him. He get hit by a drunk driver, and he become quadriplegic after that. And we come here.
I'm sorry to hear that.
The whole Silva family come, and we take care of my brother, and I've been here since then.
True.
Yeah.
So had you been cooking back in Monterrey?
In Mexico? Yes. So I started cooking when I was 11 years old. As you guys know, I mean, it's no a lot of rules in Mexico about that.
The child labor laws are a little relaxed in Mexico?
It doesn't matter. It's pretty much similar than China or something like that. Anyway, I was working in this place, and I mean, you need to eat. My dad passed away when I was 7, so I need to do something. So I help my family to survive, and the only place where you can eat for free and make some money is in a restaurant. So that was one of the reasons why I started doing this.
So was it, I mean, it feels like restaurants have been instilled in you since you were, fucking 7 or 8 years old. You've kind of got your way around a kitchen, but it seems like you have a wide array of talents as well. It's not just like we're serving up food of Monterrey. Like, I don't know the Monterrey, Mexico food scene, but you have a wide variety here. You can knock out ramen. You have some of the dankest sushi in town, and now you've got tacos on the docket.
And a good salad, too.
And you have some, and you got the new salad digs. So, like, where was the inspiration from, and what's your favorite one to cook with?
Whew.
Sorry, that was a loaded question.
I always love to be in the sushi bar just because the interaction with people is always fun. I mean, that's the way I meet you guys, and that's how I meet my wife, too. I mean,
really?
She come and sit in front of me in a sushi bar, a sushi sasa, and she asked me to make something special for her, and I make her whole life special now. So.
Oh, nice. So
It's great.
Is that what you call the role?
Special life.
Yeah.
Special life.
That's a great way. I mean, and I feel like it's almost like an art. So it's like if you could send a piece of art over to a chick at the bar rather than just walking up to him and be like, "You want me to buy you a vodka soda?" That's going to do a lot better. So you're at a big advantage there.
It's actually kind of funny because the first thing I make for my wife was this amazing. I thought it was very amazing. There was foie gras ankimo, or like monkfish liver. And I used some foie gras on it with quail eggs and everything. And she took for fucking ever to eat it. And I was so pissed because she needed to eat it right away. And she takes like 25 minutes because she's just talking with people around her. And I'm like, okay, bitch, you're going to eat this or what the fuck are you going to do? And finally she eat it and she likes it and everything. But I was kind of interesting star.
Be like, okay, so you don't, but that's also a good sign if she's maybe not like, oh, you don't have to fancy it up for her. Maybe she's just like, give her some tortas and some. It's a way to my heart as a burrito. Like if something as easy as frozen pizza does.
You have to try our burritos in Tacos al Chile, which are the best in the morning. Seriously,
y'all do some breakfast ones?
Yes.
Hell yeah! So there's coffee digs.
Yes.
Come over here and grab a breakfast as well. That's awesome. But before we get into these digs, you had mentioned salsa. Was that where you learned to roll? Like, so how does one become a master of so many different culinary feats?
Well, I'm not a master, but
you're pretty goddamn good.
I try hard.
I won't say master then.
I started doing sushi at Mao. I don't know if you guys remember Mao in Cherry Creek. That was in around 2003.
Oh,
such a beautiful, opulent, badass Asian restaurant.
Okay.
That was called after Mao Zedong. You guys know the chairman. And I started doing sushi there. And then after that, I moved, work at True World Foods, one of the biggest distributors of fish in the world. Actually, it's the biggest. And then I started doing salsa. And I was there for good time. I do whatever Wayne Conwell, who is the owner and executive chef and head chef and everything, whatever he asked me to do, I do it for him.
That's all. Hey, and it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife, or it's the tool that you can do it. And I try to do it makes you indispensable to the team. If you're like, I'll go clean the bathrooms, or I'll get behind, I'll get on the grill, whatever it may be, and everything in between.
So when did you start to feel like you could venture out on your own?
That was interesting because I don't. When I helped to open Osaka Ramen and Sushirama, they approached me to work and open Silva's Market, who was in the Central Market.
Okay.
So I opened my own fish market. And that's how that started. But I really wasn't looking for do something by my own in that time. I was trying to learn all other different things. And that was a great opportunity. And after that, I started my own consulting company. And that's how when I left that group, I started working for Charlene Tai, who is the owner of Misaki and my partner, and with Robert Tai.
Nice. Yeah. So it seems like you've gotten to know a little bit about how all these, and the restaurants you've all mentioned are highly successful, in part because of you and all of that, but Jeff Osaka does wonders, he's very successful, and then Sushi Sasa is one of the danker sushi spots in town as well.
Yeah, Wayne is, I want to say, he's 3 super badass sushi chefs in Denver.
I'm one.
You're one of them.
Everybody knows that. That's
classic knowledge.
That's public. That's publicly available.
One is Toshi-san in Sushi Den, of course.
Yeah.
He's the big master. He's the master of almost all those big names here. Like Wayne and Cody Baker and Miki-san. All those guys work for Toshi-san at one point, and that's how they become very strong, right? And then you have Wayne, he create another generation of chefs like Ilan Wenzel, like myself, like Saya. It's a lot of badass chefs.
It seems like it's all a tree, they branch off, and it's very incestual. And I don't mean that in a bad way. And you can say, hey, this is the best part about recording on
That's
vacation.
Gobo right there. Is a crazy motherfucker too. He's my head sushi chef here in Misaki.
Okay, nice. So, when working with these guys, and you mentioned, the same umbrella or tree that Wayne is all under, do you see these guys as competition now, or is it more just let's all go get some fish together and enjoy a meal?
It's not a competition. They are already they already have their own place in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find that place too. For them it's for them. They already, people know who they are, and people respect them a lot. I have a big respect for Wayne and big respect for Toshi, even if I never worked for him. But when I work at True World, I have the opportunity to see him every morning at 7:30 in the morning, walking in the fish market and picking up his fish. So that's big. That guy, it's not like a small restaurant. It's one of the best. I'm always say, it's one of the best sushi bars in America. Between Sushi Den and Sushi Sasa, it's just. I don't know why we don't see that. Why? For some reason, we get too excited when we see Uchi coming here, or when.
Uchi being just the Kroger name of Kleenexes and stuff, and Q-tips and stuff like that.
And let's be honest, you have a badass guy like Toshi-san working on the line. If you go to Sushi Den, you see that guy probably making you a California roll, and you're like, are you serious? This guy is so humble and such a badass guy that he's always there. It's amazing. Same as Wayne. Wayne is always there. And Wayne is going to create this crazy experience for you. You're there. You're ready to eat in front of him. And it's just amazing to see these people. So, of course, it inspired me. But no, it's not a competition. It will take me some time to get there.
Oh, yeah. But, it's more camaraderie.
I hope so.
Yeah. As far as you know.
Yeah. I've never said anything ill will about it either. So we're all in good shape. What's the fish market like? Is it a hopping place early in the morning for everyone that's going in there?
So,
you always think Seattle or New York in those movies or TV shows. What's our scene look like? On a
This
daily?
is more private.